armaments were found in a home within the territory controlled by the DAESH terrorist group. And most of the weapons appear to be of U.S. origin, and some are from Germany and the Czech Republic. Among the items are mortars, guided missiles, and also American TOW anti-tank missile systems. The Russian and Syrian governments have time and again warned of grave consequences of these weapons falling into the wrong hands. Both countries have also criticized the governments who support the terrorist groups in Syria.
This is the battle making headlines probably in all media outlets. Here west of Aleppo, the Syrian army has been successfully repelling a major terrorist attack on its positions that has been ongoing for several days. We are standing on the front line before the 1070 residential quarter in Aleppo, which is partly occupied by terrorists. The Syrian army is heavily striking the terrorists' positions here. The Syrian army's air force and artillery destroyed 3 of the terrorists' tanks, along with 2 armored vehicles. The battle just kept raging on for hours. Terrorists launched their attack from Al-Rashidin Rab'a area towards the residential quarter of 1070 and pushed ahead to parts of it, along with the Hikma building. This is regarded by the terrorists as the 3rd phase of their offensive.
Here we monitor the supply line of terrorists between the Hikma building and the 1070 quarter. Terrorists in the quarter are trapped because our troops on the ground are encircling them. We will strike and kill them.
The aim of the terrorists' operation was to target army positions west of Aleppo and infiltrate into the government-held parts of the city. They also wanted to cut off the army's only road out of Aleppo. So far, terrorists have failed to achieve any of their goals. Hamad Ali, Press TV, Western Aleppo.
And now for more on the story, we're joined out of Washington by Mr. Michael Maloof, a commentator and former Pentagon official. Mr. Maloof, nice to have you on the program, sir. Now, there was reportedly only a couple of occasions where we heard of U.S. forces supposedly mistakenly airdropping weapons which fell into Daesh hands. Yet this terror group has been seen with a significant cache of American weapons. What's your assessment as to why?
Well, I think it has to do with the number of the so-called moderate groups that the United States has been supplying weapons to, primarily through the CIA, who have merged with Daesh, and they're the ones who ultimately had the weapons, and now they've been captured. It goes to show you that the policy of differentiating so-called moderate jihadi Salafist groups is silly because they don't exist. They either have sided with Daesh or Nusra or Al Qaeda, if you will. So they are all terrorist groups, and they all need to be taken out.
And we're shocked that this footage of some of this weaponry is extremely sophisticated. Now, we've seen multiple countries fighting this Takfiri group, yet they never run out of weapons or militants, regardless of the many setbacks they seem to suffer. Where do you think all this support comes from? Or do you think that the group is totally self-sufficient off the looting that they do from banks and oil? Or do you think that they have some serious backing that we need to get to the root of?
Well, I think it's all the above. But primarily, they're getting the weapons from CIA through Jordan and Qatar. And Saudi Arabia, of course, continues to fund these jihadi Salafist groups. And it's going to continue on. And plus, you have the help of Turkey. That's aiding and abetting this, because ultimately Turkey wants to be the primary mover of Sunni Islam into northern Syria, basically to take over Syria, the northern portion of Syria. So they're helping to facilitate the movement of these troops, the movement of this equipment. It's the only way that it goes into it is through Turkey. And this has been an ongoing CIA operation. We've seen it happening since the time that Hillary Clinton decided to, and Barack Obama decided to take down Libya. All those weapons just disappeared, and they made their way into Syria. And they go into so-called moderate groups, which ultimately decided to metastasize into these jihadi Salafist and then Daesh groups.
Thank you, Mr. Malouf, for your contribution to the programs. Mr. Michael Malouf joining us out of Washington, commentator and former Pentagon official. And now